The next thing you ask yourself is,
it is clear as day that the Competency-Based Curriculum CBC will continue as scheduled. Grade 6 students will sit for the examinations in November that will determine their enrollment to junior secondary school next year. The government will then reveal the way forward after carefully reviewing and assessing the education sector. This comes amid the appointment of 42 members and 7 secretaries to the Education Reforms Task Force by President William Ruto. Chairing the task force is scientist Professor Raphael Munavu and key notable figures. And as the focus largely goes to review the CBC program, it is stipulated that learners spend 2 years in pre-primary, 6 years in primary grade 1 to 6, 3 years in junior secondary grades 7, 8 and 9, 3 years in senior secondary grades 10, 11 and 12, and 3 years in university. The key functions that now lay ahead for the Education Task Force include: assess and recommend an appropriate structure to implement the competency-based curriculum, study all laws governing the basic education subsector, assess the effectiveness of community and parental engagement in CBC learning, review the examination framework and offer quality assurance, to review the teacher deployment framework and training of teachers, to assess the use of technology for curriculum delivery, to review and recommend appropriate capitation framework, to review and recommend equitable access to education, especially for those facing social, economic and geographic challenges and persons with special needs, to recommend appropriate framework on the management and coordination of bursaries and scholarships, to review and recommend a tracking system to capture an enrollment of students at all levels. The task force is also expected to make recommendations for streamlining continuity in technical and vocational education and training (TVET) and university education transition. It is further set to review and recommend legislation to facilitate merging of HELB, TVET and university funding boards. The team will be briefing President Ruto on the progress of the reviews after every 2 months. Harriet Chimea, K24.